Hello, this is Keisha Floyd from Dutchess City, Kansas, and I just wanted to speak to you regarding cross-generational interaction in the workplace. We know that there are some concerns within our communication in the workplace between the older generation and the younger generation. This can go as far back as, the baby boomers, which they are typically born around 1946 to about 1964. They're now considering retiring because they've been working about 25 years. Some been working even more. So now they just want to pass the torch on to Generation X to carry out what they have started. There have been some issues regarding Generation X and Generation Y between the communication in the workplace. Typically, Generation X been born around, I would say 1965 to about 1980. Usually these people are highly educated, but yet they're underemployed. They have little future and endeavors. They love to have stability. They love that security, so they make sure that everything in the end is just so-called well and dandy. They prefer to work alone most of the time. As on the other hand, as Generation Y, they're typically born around 1981 to about 2000. They have a short attention span and they love to crave feedback. For example, you would say if there was a fundraiser that they have hosted or put together, they would like, once that was done, they would like to have feedback to know how they can do things better for next year. Also, typically for Generation Y, they love to adapt to various working environments. They learn very quickly and they favor collaboration. Usually that means they just love to work in groups or work together on different assignments that's given to them by their employer. Also, the Generation Y loves the social media, and they love social media just to network with others. That's their base of communication. Some positive impact of communication between the two generations, meaning Generation X and Generation Y, just sharing some wisdom. They can learn from one another, whether it be learning computer skills or social networking, such as Twitter, instant messaging, emailing, Facebook, just all of those that are out there. Also, they can teach one another the importance of job performance. Also, some positive impact of communication is when you just have that positivity, you can encourage one another. I call them attaboys. Just give them that extra boost to do their job well and continue on performing on the job. Also, when you have positive impact of communication in your workplace, you have less stress. You tend not to worry as much about completing a task correctly. You say, "Oh, am I doing this right, or do I need to fix something?" Also, when you leave on a vacation or if you're sick on a certain day, also you can trust one another. You have that positive communication where you can trust somebody and say, "Hey, can you finish this for me?" or "Can you complete this task up to par?" And that's always a good thing in the workplace. Some negative things that they have is, for young people, they demand a lot. They also have no job loyalty. I notice with young people, some of them, they only work for at least 5 years at a company and then they go on to another one, versus an older person, usually they've been at a company for at least 15, 20 years. Also, some things with the older people, I notice when they feel like the younger generation, Generation Y, is not completing a task up to their standards or up to their par, they like to micromanage, and that is not good. Also, with the younger generation, they tend to overlook older people. They basically, based on their age or based on their physical capabilities, they will overlook the older generation. As to both sides, the Generation X and Generation Y, um, both can be incapable of performing a task at hand because of their lack of communication. Sometimes when I hear about the negative sides of communication, I just think of Rodney King. Can't we all just get along? As professionals, we should be able to work with anything and anyone that comes across our paths. A common goal for a company or business is for their employees to be able to communicate well with one another. When a company or a business does not have good communication flow, the business will not meet its maximum potential of success. Also, as a professional, people will have to forget about the personality clashes and the stereotypes that comes with the people. To be to be a successful business, communication has to be at an all-time best between everyone. That means it can be from the highest, the CEO, to just the person who's cleaning the bathrooms. Communication, good communication, is needed in the workplace. Thank you. God bless you.